On November 26th, the teacher and the student of the bachelor degree in culture, management, communication, and art left for the city of Oaxaca with the goal of critically analyzing the historical, culture, and community spaces we visited. Places such as the Museum of Culture, the Borja Library, the Historical Archive of Notaries, the Academy Conferences, the Archaeological Site of Cahuila, and the Artisan Community of San Juan de la Villa. This experience allowed me to understand how culture, heritage was built, lived, and resisted, recognize the importance of identity, memory, communication, and territory, and in my own formation as a future culture manager. When we arrived at Casa Copula, the place where we stayed, we reviewed the final details to give our best the next day. The next day, we went out for lunch at the buffet con sabor a mi tierra. After we finished, we headed to the Museum of Culture of Oaxaca, a little souvenir photo. We arrived, we were welcomed by our guide, Dr. Isela Lopez. While the doctor was explaining the place, we students took notes. The tour through the Museum of Culture allowed us to understand how dominant European ideology transformed both the territory and spirituality of the Mixtec and Sobot people, Zapotecos y Mixtecos. This model shows the condition of the former convent of Santo Dominguez de Guzman before it was intervened for its full restoration, which took place from 1994 to 1998, thanks to the government of the state of Oaxaca. Of the sacred objects was stripped of their spiritual function and turned into exhibition pieces within a restaurant. I asked myself, who decides what is heritage and what is not? As you can see here, the guide was explaining while I was taking notes. Library Francisco Borgoa. These culinary books do not only represent documentary heritage, they are living testimony of the forced interculturality between the indigenous people and Europeans. The documents represent culture and material heritage, but they also reveal the unequal intercultural exchange that occurred in the 16th century. The Borgoa Library, although today is a piece of preservation, was born under a power system that subordinated the indigenous worldwide. The fair did not right to celebrate indigenous, but to evangelize and control indigenous people. We visited the historical archive of Notaries, where we had the opportunity to meet our guide. This was one of the hardest parts of the field practice. In this space, documents from the 17th century are preserved, showing the names, age, and characteristics of African enslaved people. Seeing their names written as a merchandise compared to and treated like livestock was deeply painful. This is why many black women with African ancestry chose to abort so that their children would not be born into slavery. The visit to the archive invites us to critically reflect on colony ethnocentrism, that their culture, religion were superior, and from that worldview, they legitimized slavery, territorial dispossession, and the erasure of indigenous knowledge. We ended the day with two conferences given by Dr. Zafira Sofia Varea Castillo about theater and its culture importance. Theater is a powerful medium to communicate social issues. By analyzing theater through culture, relativism, I understood that each play emerged from a particular social context, and it can only be understood from within its own culture. The other conference was given by Metra, Ingenia Islas Arroyo, on the topic of communicology. The speaker questioned the traditional idea that to communicate is to speak. She invited us to think of communication as a broader process. In a plural culture country like Mexico with diverse language worldview, a narrative causes listening becomes an act of respect and also an act of historical preparation. During our visit to the archaeological zone of Jago, the guide Pedro Jimenez explained the ancestral use of paste and terraces while I took photographics and reflect on the lives of the ancient inhabitants. Then he led us to the triple tomb, showing the belief of the mystic Zapoteca and Mixtec cultures. He took us to the ball game court, which was considered a religious activity. When we climbed to the fortress at the top of the hill, which served as a military refuge, we discovered a curved stone bathtub reserved exclusively for the daughter of the ruler. On our way down, we took the souvenir group photo and received the recognition for our guide. This experience was allowing me to better understand the historical, culture, and social reality of Oaxaca. Instead of the talk and every space we were exploring were helping me reflect on identity, memory, and the importance of Grecian culture, heritage as a future culture manager. This journey was strengthening my commitment of valuing and protecting the stories that shape our communities. It brought me a deeper reflection on our history. This video will always remind me that culture is alive and that my role as a future culture manager will be protected, questioned, and shared with respect and responsibility.